Hello again, music fans. I'm back here for another ranking of the albums video, this time for Metallica. Okay, so this one has been some time in the making, because I've been listening to the entire catalog and just trying to get a feel for it, not doing it just from memory and switching the list around a lot. So just so you know, this is only for the studio albums. I'm not going to do any of the EPs like, Beyond Magnetic, or the covers album, the Garage Incorporated, or the live albums like S&M, right? Just the studio albums. So let's get started. At the very bottom of the list we have Reload. Okay, so none of these are bad albums, and Reload is not that bad, but it's just a bit forgettable. Other than the first three songs here, which are Fuel, The Memory Remains, and Devil's Dance, the rest of the album, and it's a really long album also, it really overstays its welcome. Reload, okay? Don't listen to this one much. In fact, you'll see that the cover here is cracked, and that's because this one I found it in one of those places where they send things to be recycled or thrown away, like at a thrift store, so I got it for free. Next on the list, which would be number 9, I believe they have 10 studio albums, is Saint Anger. The much maligned Saint Anger, and for a reason, because the sound of it is really abrasive. Not abrasive in a good heavy metal sense, but in a kind of hurts your ears kind of. It has no solos, which is kind of weird, and also the horrible snare drum sound, which when you hear it, it's just it's like it just bangs into your brain in a bad way. But there are some kind of good songs here. I think with a better production, this could have been a better album. After that, we have Load, which is much better than Reload, but still has the problem that it really overstays its welcome. Okay, so there's some good songs here, but it really goes on for too long and a bit unfocused. Cover is also horrible. Then we go, with Death Magnetic, which is an enjoyable album. I really like this one. Okay, and you could say that it was a return to form. The sound mix is a bit, strange. Some people said that it was mixed too loud and with not enough dynamic range. I do agree with that. Okay, but it's a good compact album with good compositions. Death Magnetic. Then we go with an album that I really, really like, of the modern Metallica albums, which is Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Okay, I have here the special 3-disc edition. All right, and though there are a lot of songs here, it's a long album. It's a double album, in fact. So plus the third one is a live CD. But there's some really, really, really good songs, and I really enjoy listening to this one, from front to back. So that would be Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Then we go with the debut, Kill 'Em All. All right. Now you may be surprised that I have this one in the middle of the list and not on the top. Of course, I do enjoy every song on this album, and the Four Horsemen, the Motor Breath, Jump in the Fire, etc. We all know this one. It has a very raw sound, which is cool, but I think that the production quality in the other albums that I'm going to show kind of help the songs a bit. All right, but this is still, one of my favorite metal albums of all time, of course. As is. And here some of you may be surprised that I have this one as high up on the list, which would be the Black Album. All right, this one, not gonna lie, I really enjoy listening to it front to back, even though I have heard The Unforgiven and Nothing Else Matters one too many times. You know, I don't need to hear those again. But the rest of the album is great, including Enter Sandman, which we've all heard to death. Okay, this is my original one that I bought. I think I bought it when it first, the day it first came out. It does have the little snake here, though of course you can't see it. In later pressings, they had the snake a bit more prominent. The Black Album, or also self-titled. And after this, we have Ride the Lightning. Okay, super classic. We all know this one, front to back. Call of Cthulhu, one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite Metallica songs, as is Creeping Death. All right. Also one of the pressings that I had from back in the day. Though this was not the first, this was the first Metallica album I heard, but not the first one I bought. I first heard this one. A friend loaned it to me on cassette. So I first heard it on cassette, but I did buy it much later. Okay, so there we go. Then we come to for the number 9 on the list. We only have one more, and you know which ones they are. And my one and only vinyl, which is And Justice for All. All right, very complex songwriting here, almost progressive metal in some places. Right there. Though I remember back in the day, Kirk Hammett saying that Blackened was kind of like the ultimate thrash song. You may or may not agree with that. Okay, really love this album in spite of the lack of bass sound, which has been often criticized for it. And indeed, it does not have bass sound. All right. I sure wish they would re-release this one with a proper mix with the bass thrown in there. Of course, my number one is no surprise to nobody, and that would be Master of Puppets. And you know, every song here is just absolutely killer. And in fact, I had this one on cassette for the longest time, and I didn't have it on CD until this edition came out, which is the remastered edition, which has the three CD set. First one, CD 1 is the album itself. CD 2 are the demos, rough mixes, and CD 3 is live from the Damage Incorporated tour. Okay, so Master of Puppets at number 1. Though yes, I have heard Master of Puppets, the song, a bit one too many times, I still enjoy listening to it. You know, the rest of the album, like I said, absolutely stellar. So there you go. Metallica, one of my favorite bands. I do not think that they ever sold out or anything. You know, I think they are a band that has taken chances musically, and you know, like also I did not include the Lulu album. You know, the one they made with Lou Reed, because I don't consider that one a Metallica album. I consider that one more like a side project of theirs. All right. Well, that is my Metallica listing. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and so long.